Hello everyone and welcome to the Midnight Notion Q&A session in celebration of, I don't know, it's Sunday. Technically speaking, it's been 12 years since Midnight Notion got its name. While the solo project idea started in 2005, the name Midnight Notion came about in 2008 on September 7th. So that marks this to be 1 year and almost 1 week of Midnight Notion. Hooray! So, I'm going to answer some questions. Question number 1 comes from Blake. Blake asks, where did the name Midnight Notion come from? Way to have a related question, Blake. Midnight Notion came from, like I said, I had a solo project in mind. It started with the name, I think it was OMD Man, Obsessive Music Dependency. So OMD Man was the first one. And then I found out about Orchestral Moves in the Dark, who also go by OMD. So I was like, dang it, the name's been taken. So I changed it to OFM, which was my acronym for Obsession for Music. And that didn't work because I heard about One Fine Morning. Acronyms! So then I moved into, I think I had a few options, but for some reason I was able to carry on for a couple of years as airport weather, which is a term I made up for a type of weather that's really misty, but it's like right in the middle. It's not like too gray, but it's also not light. You could wear a jacket if you want to, but you don't have to because it's just a light mist. And I called it airport weather. And I was that for like 2 or so years before I finally found the name. Well, actually, the thing that happened is that I wanted to look for a website and I wanted to buy a website, and airportweather.com was very expensive because, go figure, people need to find out about the weather before they fly. So I decided I needed something a little bit more available. So I was thumbing through a dictionary and I came across the word midnight. And that word it has followed me around since I was a child. I was watching, it was a demo called Beyond the Mind's Eye. It was like a virtual reality, not virtual reality. It was a CGI demo from the early 90s called Beyond the Mind's Eye. There was a song on there called Midnight. And I loved the song. It was my favorite song from there. And I always loved it. And I, at one point, ended up with a rabbit that my grandpa bought for me that I wasn't able to keep, but I wanted to name it Midnight. And so that just the word midnight has always been a favorite word of mine. And so when I saw it again, I'm like, yeah, midnight. I'm obsessed with dreams. Dreams happen at midnight. I got to incorporate midnight into my band name. And then I just started thinking like, hey, Midnight Notion is another way to say dreams. So it's it kind of means dreams. And you can tell that I have a lot of songs about dreams. So there we are, Midnight Notion, dreams. Next question. Allison says, what is your favorite song to perform and why? That's a loaded question, but thank you so much, Allison. I don't even know where to start. As a guitarist, I like the riffy stuff. So things like I Feel Bad for You, I get to move around the neck. And that's really fun to move around. I like things like Turning Point. And I like The Lone Wolf. Because it's a lot of movement in the fingers, which is really enjoyable as a guitarist. But as a performer, I think I'm gonna have to go with Reverie. It's very simple to play on the guitar, but there's something about the audience involvement that comes into play during the song. When we play it live, we do an extended version. And after the second verse or bridge or whatever you want to call it, we go to like a quieter chorus in the recording, but in the live version, we kind of jam out for a little while and I get to talk to the audience about depression and how much I feel that music is a very helpful thing to people when they're feeling down, myself included. When I'm feeling down, I like to just sing it out. And so that's the moment in our set where we get to do the like, whoa, and kind of get everybody in the room singing along. And that moment always means something special to me. So I guess as a performer, I'm always going to gravitate towards songs that people are singing along to. My heart is with every single song that I've ever written. I'm really proud of all of the stuff that's out there so far. There are a couple songs that I feel like people don't maybe listen to as much. Last Breath. I love playing Last Breath. It's one of my most favorite songs that I've ever written. But I don't know if people know it well enough, so they're not quite singing yet. So I always go for the one that gets the most people involved. So far I think we're at Reverie and maybe Heartache Collector. The answer is I don't know, because I love all my songs. So keep listening and keep singing, and I'll love all of them as well. I want to know what your favorite song is. When you see it live, what's your favorite? Next question comes from Adrian. Adrian says, when is your band gonna play Denver, Colorado? When is your band gonna play Denver, Colorado? The real D-Town. Adrian, the first part of that answer is that we have to make sure that this pandemic ends. So wear your freaking masks so we can get through this thing. After the pandemic is over and we can start playing again, Denver is, of course, an option, but we got to get fans out there. In order to drive all 4 members of this band out to Denver to perform, we need to make sure that there's going to be people there to see it. So your job is to share it with everyone in D-Town and make sure we get 1,000 subscribers so that we can get a nice, big, fun, energetic show together. Or if you know a band that's touring through that would love to have us on the road with them, that's an option as well. But we'll come to Denver as soon as there is an audience waiting for us. So please share with your friends, and we'll be right out there. And that goes for the rest of you throughout the world. Anyone seeing this, you got a fan base waiting for us, we'll come play for you. But unfortunately, we can't. It's very expensive to show up for just one person. So for now, you're going to have to settle for the live shows on Facebook and on YouTube and whatever we can do that way for now. But the live shows are coming to you someday, hopefully. Adrian actually has a second question, which is your band going to cover Hall & Oates' Man Eater? And I guess the question I have in response is that a request? Because if that's a request, maybe we will. I know that there is one Hall & Oates song that has been a dream cover of mine for a while, but maybe we can make that dream come true. Ha 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 ha. Next question comes from Philip. Philip says, now that Midnight Notion is a full band and not you solo, has the writing process changed? Thank you for your question, Philip. The real answer to that is that the band hasn't really actually changed. We've talked a little bit about what this thing really is. It is my solo project. The music has all so far been written by me. My goal is to someday in the future be able to share collaboratively the writing process. But the real answer is that we haven't actually written anything new yet. There's a backlog of material that I'm working through, and I'm always asking the bandmates for their input on it. But the realistic answer is that the band is here to help play live. They've all committed to being there. We've talked about this a number of times. They've all said that they enjoy playing my stuff live, but they all have their own projects as well. So definitely check out those, primarily Crushed Into Place and Brass and Body Works. Those two bands are featuring my band members in, I guess, their more favorable place. Is that the way to say it? That's their primary projects, and they're just kind of helping me out. So for now, Midnight Notion is still just me, but in the future, I hope to get a little bit of their help on when it comes to writing bass lines and guitar solos and drum fills and stuff. They're very helpful, wonderful people. So please check out their projects. And stay tuned here for more covers involving them. You've already seen them in the last couple, and more to come. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the questions. And thank you so much for sticking around. I hope that we continue to bring the best, rockiest, funnest music that you're going to hear. And here's to 12 more years after this. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.